Hey guys, welcome back to Estate Edge. This is Maureen, and today I'm going to discuss with you about real estate computation. And I prepared 5 problems so we can discuss how it's being solved, how it's going to be solved. I know that have your own way to compute the problems, so whatever ways work for you, you just skip it, and then maybe you would get to learn something today, I hope, and that would be helpful for your preparation for the upcoming real estate board exam. So let's start. So we have number 1. A lot is located along a highway and has a frontage of 100 meters. It's quite big. So if the lot is rectangular in shape and its depth is twice its frontage, how many hectares is the size of the property? Then we have the 4 choices of answers. I prepared here my notebook. I hope you can see the computations. So I write it, and I will just, write bigger. Okay, so with these types of problem, it's more of like somehow geometry with getting the area with a little bit of algebra to get its one side is given in a rectangle and another side you need to get it from the given. And when you have the answer, you still need to convert it to hectares because we are going to be able to compute first the square meters. So, okay, normally for me, when it comes to these types of problems, I would draw it first to visualize it, to be able to know, to put in picture the given, and then you'd be able to know how to get what is being asked for. So, okay, what is being asked for? It needs the hectares of the property. And then what is given? We're given a lot that is rectangular in shape. So, okay, so let's see, this is the lot, that, okay, rectangle, okay, this is the road. Okay, because it says here that the frontage is 100 meters. So normally the frontage is the side that's facing the road. And in this case, since this is the smaller one, it says here the depth is twice. So this is the width. To use the geometrical vocabulary of terms. And this one would be the depth or the length, since it's the longer one. And what it says here about the depth, depth is twice its frontage. So let's just say twice the frontage. Can you see it? Yeah. So it's 2 times 100 meters. So it's going to be 200 meters, okay, for the depth. Then you have frontage. So we have both sides. And we know that the length of a triangle is, sorry, not length, area of the rectangle is length times width, or the frontage times the depth. So we have the 200 meters here times 100 meters. So we have our calculator, just compute that times 100 equals 20,000. So 20,000 becomes square meters, okay, since we multiply both the sides. So it's not the answer yet, because what we're looking for, it's the hectare. How many hectares? And we know that 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 square meters. So with that, 20,000 divided by 10,000, we have 2 hectares. Sorry, yeah, 2 hectares. So the answer is 2 hectares. So again, we drew it. Then we got the frontage that's given. We derived the depth according to what is given also, which is twice its frontage. And then we just multiply it, 100 by 100. And then we got the answer in square meters, and we just converted it to hectares. So the answer is 2 hectares. All right. So, okay, if you have any questions, by the way, you can just feel free to leave them in the comment section so I could see it and be able to answer you or maybe do another video. Okay, next is, okay, a broker listed a house for 10 million pesos and sold it for 95% of the list price. If the house listed at a 5% commission and the split was 55% to the listing broker and 45% to the selling broker, how much is the selling broker's net receipt if his transaction has a withholding tax of 10%? So there are so many things happening. So first of all, what is being asked? So we are asked about the selling broker's share of commission, net of withholding tax. So meaning the withholding tax is already deducted from the commission. Okay, what are given? So we have the price of the house at 10M with the sold at 95% of it. And then you have the 5% commission and rate and the split, which is 55 to 45. Okay, so let's start from the 10 million. When it says that it's sold for 95%, so we just multiply it by 95%, meaning the was able to get 5% discount, right? So, okay, so let's say so many zeros. 10 million times 95%, 0.95 would be, of course, 9.5M. And then the house listed at a 5% commission. So it's actually the selling price, not the 10M, right? Because it says there that it's sold at 95%, the list price, and then you get the commission. So 5% commission, so you have 475,000, the commission, gross. And then we know that there are two brokers with a split of 55% by 45%. And we're just looking for the selling broker's share, right? So selling broker is 45%. So we get the 45% share of the selling broker. So 475 times 0.45 is 213.70. But you have to be careful because you can see with letter D, you can already have the answer. So if you're a bit confused, you can say, oh, I already got the answer in my calculator and it's in the choice. But you have to make sure that you're done with all the things that are being asked for you to compute. Like here, it's saying here that it's net receipt because there's a withholding tax of 10%. So this is not the answer yet. This is just the share. This is the share of the selling broker. So from the 475,000 peso gross, the share is 45%. So this is the share, but we are being asked for the amount that is where the withholding tax is already removed. So how to remove the withholding tax? This, for me, what I usually do is I just remove the 10%. Because it says here it's 10%, right? So I just multiply it by 90%, which will give you, it's like that. So this is the one that you receive after removing the tax. But if you want the long version, I mean the long way to compute, so let's say this is the gross share, right? And then you get the 10% of that. So 213,750 times 10%. This is the tax. 21,375. This is the withholding tax. And then from there, you from gross amount, you remove the tax. Okay, so 213. Sorry, my The camera is so small. I need to put everything in the screen. Okay. So there, 192,375. So we have the same answer. This is just the somehow not really long, but just the way to do it. Like this is the gross. You get the 10% of that, and then you remove it from that amount, and you get this one as the net amount that really goes to the pocket of the selling broker. But to compute it, for me at least, more easily, I just multiply it by 90%, removing the 10% tax. So also get the same answer. The answer is 192,375. So again, the lesson here is to make sure that you're able to do everything that's being asked for and not just check all the time if what you're computing appears already in the choice answers, because normally they would do it that way, right? So yes, okay. 375. Again, if you have any questions, clarifications of all sort, or even if you have some questions that you need some help about, let's try to solve it together. Just send a comment in the comment section below. Okay, so we solved 2 problems. We are gonna go on the third one. Okay, so next page. A house sold for 30 million pesos. Total commission received by the broker was 1.5 million pesos. So what was the rate of commission? So how do we normally compute for the commission? So normally it's the selling price, and then you multiply it by the commission rate, then you get the fee, the commission. Okay, so you have the selling price, and then you have the commission. So it's asking for the rate of commission, which, okay, X is here. so okay, so if it's you're multiplying it and you just need this, it's gonna be divided. So it will be commission amount over, we just put SP selling price to get the rate. So it's gonna be the 1.5 M over the selling price, which is 30 million. So okay, let's compute 1, 2, 3. Just make sure that you're putting the rest of zeros on your calculators. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's here 1 over 20, and then I have this function to put it in decimal. Then you can just convert it into the percent. So you have 0.05 or 5%. Okay, so the answer is 5%. You just have to somehow remember some formulas like this, somehow basic, and you just transpose whatever is being asked for. If you're being asked for the commission, if you're being asked for the selling price, you just transpose it as long as you know the original formula, and then you can derive the other formulas. The answer is 5%. Okay, so that's number 3. We have number 4. Okay, it's a bit long. A 30-hectare land was sold at 950 pesos per square meter. The owner agreed to pay a commission based on the following rates. So you have 5% for the first 30 million, 4% on the next 50 million, and 3% on the amount in excess of 80 million. After deducting the 10% withholding tax from the gross commission, how much will listing broker receive if they agreed to a 60-40 sharing, which means 60% to the listing broker and 40% to the selling broker? Again, so this is a mixed problem. So you have the getting the price of the land, and then this schedule of commission, not just an outright one. And then you have the sharing of 2 brokers less withholding tax. What's being asked for? So it says how much will the listing broker, so the listing broker here, fee. listing broker's share net of withholding tax. It said there that after deducting withholding tax. So you always have to make sure that you're getting the complete information of what is for you to compute. So okay. So first of all, we need to know how much is the selling price. So it's 30 hectares. So we have 30 hectares times. Let's convert because the price is in square meters. You need to convert the hectares to square meters. So how to convert? You have 1 hectare. But one thing sure is the one here and the denominator here has to cancel out, right? So you have to make sure that the unit, the numerator this side, and then the denominator one has to cancel. So 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 square meters. So that's how you convert one way, at least one way to convert hectares to square meter. And then, so we are converting that. And then the price is 950 pesos per square meters. Okay. So we're now getting the selling price. Just cancel out this ones. And you have 30 times 10,000 times this. I didn't divide it, divided by ones. So we get here, how many zeros? It's 285 million. 30 hectare land was sold for. So we need to write down the schedule of commission. So it says here 5% for the first 30 million. And then it's 4% for the next 50. And then 3% after 80. So this is the total of this is 80, right? So we just remove 80 from this. So let's just remove 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I have the answer here, the 2, right? So okay. So it's like that. So these are given, then you just remove 80 million from the 285 to get the 205 million. And then you just apply them. That would be the commission. So, okay, let's do it. 5% of 30 million. So it's 1.5 million for the first one, 5% of 30 million. And then you have the 4% of 50 million. So 4% of 50 million. Lots of 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, double check. Okay, so that's 2 million. So arrow, that's 2 million. And then you have the last one is the 3% of 205 million. So 3% times 205. 1, 2, 2, 3, double check. Okay, so it's 6.15 million or the last one. And then it's complete. And then we are gonna add the three numbers up to get the total commission. So it's gonna be 1.5, 1, 2, 3. Always check 1 0 or 1 0 less will give you a different answer. 1, 2, 3. I just always cut it by 6150. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then at it 9.65 million. It's the total commission received. Okay, but we don't stop there yet because it's saying here that there are 2 brokers who shared 60-40. And of course, we are looking for the, again, listing brokers share. Listing broker share is 60%. Okay, so let's get first the 60%. Sometimes you might ask why we get the sharing first before removing the withholding tax. Because, of course, the concept of withholding tax is paying for the tax of the commission you just got. So if there are two brokers, you have to split first so that each listing broker and selling broker will be taxed accordingly to what they just received. Unless, of course, if you're only the only broker in the transaction, and then you need to split it, and then you just get right away the tax here, the 10% of this commission. Of course, in this case, there are two brokers. So we have to first their commissions. So, okay. So again, we are going to make sure it's correct. Listing broker. And then the listing broker is 60%. Okay. So, okay. Times 9650123. Check. Okay. So that's 5.79 million. And again, if you see, it's already in letter A, but we haven't removed the tax, the withholding tax. Don't be deceived. We have to complete our computation. So I have a little space here, maybe it will fit here. So this is before tax, right? And we have to remove the tax. So, okay, I will just do my little shortcut. So 5790123 to remove the 10% tax. So we get the next net of tax. I just remove the 10%, so I get 90%. And then, so it's here, so we'll just multiply that by 90%. Going back to 15. So we have 5,211,000 pesos. This is the share of the listing broker net of withholding tax, meaning we already removed her or his tax. So it's letter B. Okay, just always be careful. It's not because you saw the numbers in your calculator matching with something in the multiple choice that it means that you already get the correct answer. So you have to really double check if you the steps necessary to get your answer. So okay, letter B. There. Okay? All right. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. It's my first video doing doing a recording of computation like this. Okay, and then for the last one, we have number 5. Okay, so Mr. Cruz owns a square meter rectangular lot with a 20-meter frontage. He wanted to enclose it with a fence made of hollow blocks, 2 meters high above the ground with 0.5 meters below the ground. The fence costs 1,500 pesos per square meter. How much will be the fencing cost if a 5-meter wide steel gate costing 100,000 pesos is installed? This is it's not an area, it's more of a perimeter, meaning getting the length and width of the whole lot to put the fence on, and then getting the price of the fence and multiplying it with the cost. Okay, so okay, let's start. So it's like this. So yeah, that. So this is the 20 meters frontage, and then it says here that the area, well, yeah, to derive the length or the depth. Sorry. Okay, so area is equals to 20 meters times the length. And we have area given it's 500 square meters divided by 20 meters. Right, okay. 500 divided by 20. So it's 25. 25 meters for the depth or the length of the lot. Okay, so you have 20 here, 20 here. Okay, 25 and 25. Although it's a bit small. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so again, this is 20, same here, and then same here. And then for the fencing, you know that it's gonna be fence like that. Here, hollow blocks here. And then there would be a gate. So let's say 5 meters gate would be like this. This one. And yeah, this is the fence. Okay. So we need to get the perimeter, the sum of the sides of the lot. So how is it gonna be? So we get 25 meters plus 20 plus 25 plus 20. But there is a gate that is 5 meters. This is 5 meters. So we need to remove that because we're not gonna put a fence on the gate. So if we compute for that, it's 25 plus 20 plus 20. Then you remove the 5. So it's going to be 85 meters. So that's going to be the length of the where we need to put the hollow blocks. And then it says here, okay, let's say sample hollow blocks. And this is 2 meters above the ground. And then you have here under, sorry, I'm not really good at drawing, as you can see. Just for diagram, how do you call it? Like visualization purposes. Hope you understand that. So under the ground, it's 0.5 meters, and above the ground, it's 2 meters. So total, you have the height of 2.5 meters. You just add them up. So that's going to be the height total of requirement of the hollow blocks. Why do we need this? The fencing, it's priced like that per square meter. So we need to get the height of the hollow blocks by the side, what do you call this, distance, somehow the perimeter of the whole lot. So what we do is we get that 85 meters multiplied by 2.5 meters by the height of the hollow blocks. So 85 times 0.5. Then we're gonna have somehow the square meters needed for the hollow blocks. And then the pricing of the fence cost says here 1,500 per square meters. Okay, 212.5, and then it says there that yeah, it's 1,500 square meters per square meters. I mean, so just cancel out this, and then 212.5 times 1.5, and that gives you 318,750. Okay, that's the cost of the fence only, but we're asked also about the gate because it's the total amount of everything. So we need to add the cost of the gate. So how much is it? It's just given. It's 100K, 100,000 pesos. So we just add it to the hollow blocks cost. So it's 418,750. Okay, that's the answer. We have it, letter D. So just to sum it up again, from the area, we derived the missing one, which is in this case the length, because we're given the width here, the frontage, and we got it by dividing the area by the width. You got here the length, 25 meters. Just put it like that to visualize. Less the 5 meters, we get the perimeter size, and we just add them all up, less the gate. Since we're not gonna put hollow block gate, we get 85 meters, and then the height of the hollow block is this 2 meters 0.5 under the ground. You have the height of the hollow blocks. You just multiply it to get the total area of the fence, 85 meters by 2.5 meters, and you have 212 square meters. And then the cost of the fence is at 1,500 per square meter. So you have the cost of the hollow block plus the cost of the gate to properly enclose the lot, the property. So we get into 418,750 pesos. So let's put there. Okay. Okay, so yes, that's all for today. We finished all the questions. Thank you and good luck on your reviewing. Feel free to comment any questions, any comments, or maybe some problems that would like us to assist you to solve, and we'll just try to do it together. Okay, that's all. Bye. See you on the next video.